Run it back. Hello? That's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it. Ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck. My bad, but I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when I'm in the...
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. Kickoff now just moments away. It is finally time to crown a champion as I'll hand it over to the two men who will call the action, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the Lombardi Trophy. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
Who will take home the final Super Bowl of the decade? Super Bowl 63 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game. And
what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickups. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Thomas has got it, complete. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Got this down to the 35.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
A rare misstep on that last play, because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in a shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson will throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's first and goal. And Jackson throwing once more to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Super Bowl, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up first and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
On first down, Tyson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. He will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go now, 30 base.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Looking to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 5-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point attempt here still to come. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
A 10-play drive that time. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 44, Jackson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it'll be 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Jackson now. Gonna throw again. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll look to throw. So left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Fielded at the 20. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. There doesn't need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The linebacker, Myles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Myles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from a long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Now Jackson from the gun on third down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder.
And it's a fumble.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Super Bowl, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season of football, but it's not over yet. One half remains to decide who will stand on the podium with the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And to call the second half, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And the result here, the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. Jackson on third and long. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 24-yard line.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line and linebacker. 2nd level in the secondary, the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 9 now. That's complete right around the 8. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Back to throw here. Well, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Jackson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through.
He gets it to Thomas. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hit, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just get their assignments down, they were getting sync with their runners, and off they went.
That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Reed.
My 50. I know you ain't got it.
Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. That's about as good as a linebacker can diagnose that play, isn't it?
It certainly is, and what he did really well is that while he was diagnosing, he got his feet in motion without actually going anywhere and taking a false step that he had to make up later. He read it, got his feet in motion, and then he just took off and made the play.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at the 33. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Looking middle, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you can almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 4 yards out, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They go play action with Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Jackson looking to throw on third. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on.
Doing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. To throw is Jackson. It's caught. Nelson. Here's Jackson to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I'm going to hit you all day.
And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing is Jackson, and Thomas has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson will throw again. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson throwing again. And a sideline pass that's caught by Thomas.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play action. Now Jackson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. They're all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well,
else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He'll look to throw. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
He's back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by a field goal, a little over 20 seconds to go. They need at least a field goal to send this Super Bowl to overtime as they come up on first down. Back to throw. He completes it to Nelson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson now, caught by Nelson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now they burn the timeout, and they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. He'll drop to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? And that's off the mark, incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. On third down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
Ready. 50's a mark. 50's a mark. Coming to you. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gardner. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. That one caught by Bibbs, his running back. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, a little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he fields it cleanly. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds, and that does you no good.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in this Super Bowl. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that general...
And he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Sack City, baby.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They're going to look to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. That one good for 26 and a first down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Ready. 50,
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now back to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.